In this clip, we're going to talk about the three main factors, their detailed rankings, and the data points we use for a font. These three main factors are return, stability, and fees. The return simply measures how well or badly a font has been performing. The stability tells you how stable or how risky a font's share price performance has been. And finally, fees measure the amount of fees you pay to the font management company. So for this Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, you can see the return rank is 841, and that is derived from the average of the 1 year, 3 year, and the 5 year return numbers. You can see the rank for each of the three, as well as the underlying data points we use in a ranking calculation. So for this Vanguard ETF, its 1 year performance is 29.2%, the 3 year return is 58.1%, and the 5 year return is 118.7%. So we simply rank these returns from the top to the bottom, with the top having the rank number 1. We calculate the return for each of the 1, 3, and 5 year time horizon, and we derive the final return rank from the average of the three ranks, with each of the 1, 3, and 5 year contributing to 1/3 of the weight equally. The higher the return, the ring on the left is filled. Since 841 is almost in the top 10% of the total 7,890 fonts we rank today, that is why you see almost 90% of the ring is filled. Its rank has decreased since yesterday, which is why we show a downward arrow. The gauge is pointing to the furthest right because it's the top 20%, and we label that as very strong to help you read all these numbers easily without drilling down into the math details. And here you see the last 12 trading days, their rank on each of the day. You can also go into details and look at the methodologies we used for the calculations of 1, 3, and 5 year returns. And finally, in case you forget anything, you can always click into the eye icon. The same kind of calculation also goes with the stability rank. And for stability, we measure that as the standard deviation of the performances for the font. The more volatile the share price is for the font, the less stable it is. And if the performance is quite stable and steady, the standard deviation will be low, which means the stability rank is going to be very high. In this case, number 1 means the font is the most stable of all the fonts we look at. And you see here this Vanguard ETF stability rank is 3,784. That is about in the middle part of the universe. You'll also see for the 1 year, 3 year, and the 5 years standard deviation number, with 1 year being 13.9, 3 year 18.8, and 5 year 15.2%. And down below you see here the last 12 days of stability rank, and for each of the 1, 3, and 5 years stability rank number as well. And lastly, fees is simply about the amount of money you pay to the font management company to manage the fonts for you. It is measured as a percentage point of the assets you hold with the font management company. And in this case, this Vanguard ETF charges you 0.07% or 7 basis points of the font assets. And this 7 basis points is ranked 289 of all the 7,890 fonts we rank in the font universe. And that is a very, very low level, which is almost in the top 2% of all the fonts we cover. That is why you see the ring is almost filled entirely, and it has a label of very cheap. And in this case, the cheaper the fee is, the higher the rank is going to be and closer to rank number 1.